This video is prepared according to the syllabus of K2U, Course Subject Web Technologies, Course Code CS368. Today we are going to discuss about Introduction to jQuery that is included in 4th module. In this section, we are going to discuss about the features of jQuery, jQuery selectors, event methods, effect methods, traversing methods, and all. Before we start discussing about jQuery, let me say what is jQuery and what are the features of jQuery. jQuery is nothing but a framework built using JavaScript capabilities. It has JavaScript library which simplifies the common web scripting task. When we come to the features of jQuery, it helps to manipulate document object model. It helps to handle events like mouse click events, then link click events and all. It also supports Ajax. Ajax is the latest technology called asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It helps to update things without reloading the pages. It also supports animations. It has got plenty of built-in animation functions that makes the website more effectively and efficient one. Size-wise, if you see, it's lightweight. File size is nearly about 19 KB. So apart from these all things, important thing is there should be some sort of compatibility with existing browsers. It's support cross-browser. So that is an added advantage. It works with most of the existing browsers. Also, it supports latest CSS versions and also latest technology it supports. These are the features of jQuery. Now we are going to discuss about how we can include jQuery in our script. There are two different ways. One possible way is we can download the files from jQuery website, that is website in the sense jQuery.com, and we can keep it in our script by specifying corresponding path like this. That is one possible way. Another possible way is we can use CDN. CDN is nothing but content delivery network of either Google or Microsoft. This is the link or this is the CDN for Google and this is CDN for Microsoft. Throughout the example of this presentation, I use Google CDN. This is how we include jQuery in our script. Now we are going to discuss about jQuery syntax. Basic syntax of jQuery is like this. This dollar within bracket selector dot action of. This is what the syntax of jQuery. Dollar sign is to define jQuery. Selector is to query or find HTML elements. Here exactly you need to specify that what exactly you need to find. That can be element name, class name, ID. That is according to your convenience what exactly you are going to find. Action represents the what is the action to be performed on the elements what you specify. For example, if you want to hide something in the sense, this is what the action hide. You want to hide something. Show another action. Show something. Similarly, you can use any action according to your convenience. Suppose you want to hide the current element, you can use this particular statement, dollar within bracket this dot hide off. Similarly, if you want to hide all p elements, you need to specify dollar within bracket p dot hide off. If you want to hide all elements with the class name called test, you need to specify like this. So here dot text, in the sense this is class name called text. Another one is suppose again if you want to hide elements, start with that elements with that id name called text, you need to specify like that. Hash represents its id, dot represents class. Clear now? So in this presentation we concentrate on jQuery selectors, event methods, effect methods, traversing methods. Now we are going to discuss about jQuery selectors. Before we discuss about how we can use the selectors, one important thing I want to mention here. For any jQuery, we need to check the status of the page, whether it is ready for manipulation. So it is essential to check the status of page, whether the page is ready for manipulation or not. Let's see how we can check this. The statement for checking the document for manipulation, that is called document ready event. You need to specify the function like this, dollar of within bracket document dot ready, then function of, like that you need to specify. So what exactly you are going to query here, that should come here. Okay, this is the format. You can also simplify this like this just by specifying the function of, like that also you can simplify as shown. So you can use either of this or this. This much is clear, right? Okay. Now how we will see that jQuery selectors that we will discuss. jQuery selectors are used to find HTML elements based on their name, ID, classes, types, attributes, and I have mentioned that we need to specify $of. $of is nothing but a replacement of jQuery of. So either you can use $of or jQuery of. That is also in some cases $of is not supporting, it's giving error in this, and straight away you can use jQuery of. That is also allowed. Now how we can use the selectors using tag name. Suppose you want to select all paragraphs, so you can specify like $of p within quotes. You need to specify, that can be single quotes or double quotes, you need to specify. And suppose using id, you have some id called some id, like id name is some id. So id, important thing is you need to specify the hash, that is important. Okay, that is then using class also. Class in the sense see some class, but important thing is you need to specify the dot. This is a dot. Okay, that way also you can use the jQuery selector. So this much is clear now. That examples we will see in the next slide. Now we are going to discuss about element selector. Element selector selects elements based on the element name. Suppose we want to select all paragraphs. You can specify $of P. P refers here paragraph tag. Then you need to specify what action you are going to do, what exactly you want to do in that paragraph. Suppose you want to change the background color of all paragraphs to cyan. You can specify like this. This is what the action, background color to cyan. This way you can specify. Now let's see the program. So the program, the statement says that change the background color to cyan for paragraphs, for all paragraphs, because it is specified in the head tag. So all paragraphs, what are the things specified in the body, you change to background of this thing, you change to cyan. That is the meaning. Now this won't affect because this is heading. Again this paragraph, this will affect this again, color will be changed to cyan. Again, okay, div tag also won't affect. This will be changed to cyan. So here Monday, Tuesday and Thursday, background of all these three will be changed to cyan. This is about element selector. Illustrative program we will discuss. The concept of element selector will be very clear through this example program. So we have discussed this thing, that means the background color of will be changed to cyan for the paragraph talks. That is what the statement refers. So already we have discussed that this will not affect, and Monday, Tuesday and Thursday colors will be changed to, background colors will be changed to cyan. We will see the output. Okay, so this output, from this output it is very clear that this is heading, that is not affected. This is again div tag, so only 3 paragraph tags that is affected. So now it is very clear now. Now we are going to discuss about ID selector. ID selector selects the element with the specific ID. Syntax is $of within quotes hash ID you need to specify. For example, if you want to change the background color of text to cyan, for the corresponding text with ID called hash day. Okay, this is the corresponding code for that, and we need to see heading is here, this won't affect. What about Monday? Again it won't affect. Tuesday won't affect. Wednesday, this is again div tag, so there is no ID specified. Only that affects this one, last one, that ID named day. So only Thursday will be displayed in background color of Thursday paragraph will be what? Cyan. Okay, it's clear, right? Now we are going to see the illustration for ID selection. So this program is very clear. From this program it is very clear that ID we use here day. So the action what is specified here is only applicable for the ID what we specified here. See here in the body ID is specified only for this particular thing, so only that is changed to CN. We'll see that output. See, this is the output. Now I think it's very clear for you. Now we are going to discuss about class selector. Class selector is somewhat similar to ID selector, but the difference is we need to specify the class. There we used ID for we used hash. Here the difference is we need to specify dot. Then that is the thing. So syntax is $of dot class name you need to specify. For example, assume that class name is day, then $of dot day you need to specify. This is the syntax. So same thing, same action we need to perform. That which is having the class name which is having that day as a class name. So in that this thing we need to change the background color to cyan. Okay. So this particular code will be executed and the body part what is specified. So class name that will see the class what is specified is day. Okay. So only this color will be changed to the background color of this Thursday will be changed to cyan. This is about class selector stuff. Now we are going to discuss about jQuery event methods. Events are nothing but movements when something happens. For example, moving a mouse over an element, clicking mouse, selecting a radio button, clicking on an element. These are different types of events. In the following section, we are going to discuss about the different mouse event methods: click method, double click, db click method, mouse enter method, mouse leave method, mouse down method, mouse up, hover method and down. So now we are going to discuss about the mouse click event. Click method, how we can use for that. The function is executed when the user clicks on the HTML element. So in the jQuery we need to specify the element very clearly. For example, suppose you want to hide the paragraph moment you click. One click button, if you press, paragraph should go off. So that is applicable for entire thing, entire paragraphs. Okay. So if you specify here in the header section, that is applicable for entire paragraph. Here you have specified like paragraph, that is p tag you specified. Then now action hide. Okay, if you specify like that, that is applicable for these two things, these two p tags, because these are headings, h3, h4 and all headings. So these two things will go off. This is the function of click event. Now we are going to demonstrate the mouse click event. The execution of the program we have discussed in the last slide. So now we are going to see the demonstration. So we know the output. The moment we click the mouse button, it is specified that hide the paragraph, so that the paragraph p tags will go off. You'll see the output. So moment you click here, these two things will go off and this will be there. See the output. We have discussed one of the mouse event called click method. So moment you click, what exactly should happen, that we have discussed. Now other mouse events we will discuss using this table. So that function is going to be similar thing. So instead of discussing each and every programs, I put in a table so that it will be very easy for you to understand what exactly. This is again double click event. So moment you double click, what exactly should happen, the same thing only. So you need to replace the same code, so that will work. Similarly, in the case of mouse enter, here moment you position the paragraph, you will get an alert, you are reading paragraph 1. Okay, that way also. So you need to replace this code in the previous program. So that way that will work. So moment you leave mouse from that paragraph, you will get an alert. You can write like this, or leaving the paragraph, some alert you can display like that. So you just replace the same thing in that previous program, you will get this mouse down. When left, middle or right button is pressed down, when mouse is over the HTML, so in that case you will get an alert that mouse down or paragraph. Similarly, mouse up is there, that is also similar to this. Only thing is the mouse up you need to specify. When left, middle or right button is released while mouse is over the HTML page, you will get an alert like mouse up over page, that paragraph 1. Okay, for execution of the program, the same code you need to replace in the previous program. Whichever function is commonly used on, that is actually for getting the toggling effect, different color variations of, then two not different, two color variations of one particular button or anything you can put here. If you position like, you will get, in moment you position there, you will get, you are reading the paragraph. If you try to leave the mouse from there, you will get an alert that you are leaving the paragraph like that way. Okay, this is about mouse event functions. Now we are going to discuss about jQuery effect methods. jQuery has different types of methods for applying effects and animation to elements that can be grouped into display effects, slide effect, fade effect, and other effects. Some effects like hide we discussed earlier, some examples and all we have seen using hide and all. So hide will come under the display effect. One more thing is their show, that is, so once something is hide in the sense, show effect will show that thing. Toggle in the sense, toggling between hide and show. Other effects like slide effect, that is slide down, slide up. slide toggle is also there. Then other type of effect in the sense fade type, fade in, fade out, fade toggle. Then one more is there fade to. Fade to in the sense different opacity we have that may vary from 0 to 1. Based on that values, fade effect it may show. Apart from these all things, we have animation, animate effect and delay. Animate is used for animating things. Delay in the sense delay things. Even in fade also we can include delay. And other effects also we can include delay for displaying that thing. This is about jQuery effect methods. So now we are going to discuss a small program for the illustration of show and hide methods. Before we discussing about the program, let me see the syntax of the both show and hide methods. Syntax is like this. First we need to specify the selector, then show. Within bracket you need to specify speed and callback. Speed is a string that represents slow, normal or fast. Otherwise you can specify in milliseconds to run the animation properly. Callback in the sense this is an optional parameter that represents function to be executed whenever the animation completes. Okay. Similarly, for hide is also same syntax. Instead of show, you need to write hide, speed, callback, and same thing. Now we'll see the program. Suppose we want to display a box of size 100 by 100. So moment you click, that should display. That is moment you click, that should display. That means that will show that thing. And the next, if you click in the hide, that should go off. This is the thing we need to implement. This is about so program is like that. In show that speed already I mentioned that in millisecond it is mentioned. We can also specify slow, normal, fast, and all. Here also in millisecond it is specified. Okay, in dollar here class name is specified. Class name is my div. So my div, within that I'll come back as written over there in the box itself. So that will be executed. So keep on pressing show, hide, and accordingly that will be executed. In the sense that will be displayed. This is about show and hide methods in jQuery. Now we are going to illustrate show and hide methods. The execution of the program already we have discussed in the last slide. So now we are going to see the output. So this is already we discussed. So moment we press hide, this will go off and show in the sense that will show. Okay, this is clear, right? The last session we have discussed about show and hide methods. Now we are going to discuss about toggle method. Toggle method is used to toggle the display state of elements between revealed or hidden. The syntax is Selector, toggle you need to specify. Then speed, callback and all. And as we discussed in the previous thing, you need to specify that can be slow, normal, fast, or you can specify number of milliseconds to run the animation. That is according to our convenience we need to specify. Again, callback functions, that is actually optional. If you want to specify, you can specify like the parameter represents function to be executed whenever the animation completes. That you can specify if you want. Come to the program. Suppose you want to display an image. So moment you click that, it should display. Then next time it should toggle. It should go off. Like that, if you want to implement, so you need to specify one image accordingly. So that will execute. Execution will happen like this. In the script, we have click event specified that a box like we used here, and image is specified. So click event will happen. Corresponding this image will be read from that corresponding path, and that will show. Okay. The next click in the sense, what will happen? That will go off because corresponding tag is, class tag is specified here. Corresponding class is specified here in that particular div. That is why that will execute just like a toggle thing. Okay, this is about toggle function. Now we are going to see the demonstration of this. Already the execution of the program we have discussed. So how the toggling is happening between this thing show and hide, that is what we are going to see now. See, moment you click here, this will go off. Again, that will show. Okay, clear now. So now we are going to discuss about slide effects. Here we have different methods like slide down. Slide down we have, slide up, and slide toggle methods we have. In slide down method, slides down the selected elements. The syntax is $selector dot slide down now. Then you need to specify speed, easing, callback and all. Speed already we discussed. Anyway, I want to refresh that. Millisecond, either you need to specify in milliseconds, slow or fast you need to specify. Using in the sense, it should move like a swing or in a linear speed. If you want to move it in a linear speed, in the sense moves in a constant speed, you need to specify linear. Just like swing in the sense, initially that will move slower, then in between it will be faster, then at the end also that will be slower, that like swing. So you need to specify swing. And callback, that is optional, a function to be executed after the slide down method is completed. What exactly you need to execute after this, that you need to specify. For example, suppose if you click mouse, what should happen? Slide down should happen for what? That particular paragraph. That is what this particular example refers. Okay, now about slide down, it's clear now. Similarly, so in the program you can replace this thing, that will act as a slide down function. Now in the case of slide up, same thing only. syntax wise you need to specify slide up, other things and all same, but I mean here also example also, instead of slide up, moment you click, what will happen? Slide down will happen. That's a difference. So you need to replace the same call for that. Now we will see that toggle function that actually that will toggle between slide up and slide down function. Syntax is selector dot slide toggle, speed using callback and all. You need to specify, callback is again optional. Other things you need to specify. Syntax is like this, then dollar of the paragraph, if you that element you need to specify that heading or paragraph or whatever it may be. If for example if it is paragraph, in this sense you need to specify the paragraph. Okay, the p tag is mentioned here. Then dot slide toggle you need to specify the same code. If you replace in the program, that is going to work. That will toggle between up down and down. The paragraph, yes, it will toggle between up down and down. This is about slide effects in jQuery. Now we are going to discuss about forwarding effect in jQuery. So we have different methods: fad in, fad out, fad toggle, fad to and all. Fad in is used to fad in a hidden element. Syntax is dollar of selector dot fad in of speed comma callback. Here again callback is an optional this thing. So speed you can specify using slow, high, or in milliseconds you can specify. Just for understanding, let's consider an example. Assume that we have different boxes and we need to display different boxes. So with the different fad variations to observe that timing, we can set to different milliseconds timing, and fad in the sense that will display with the different fad variations that you can observe, because of this time easily you can observe that. We will see that demonstration of that program and demonstration we will discuss. The next slide. Okay, now for the fad effect, I mean out in this sense, similar thing in this, that boxes displayed thing may go off. Slowly in the sense with based on that fad out condition, that may go off. The syntax is dollar of selector dot fad out, then speed in milliseconds you need to specify, callback function, that is optional. That is after this what exactly you need to perform, that is what this thing means, that is again optional. Same example is included here. So three boxes if you consider that will display off, not suddenly, gradually that may go with the different fad effect variation. Different, I mean here the variation with the variation of fad effect that may go off. Toggle is again syntax is similar to this only fad toggle you need to use, but main purpose is to toggle between fad in and fad out. That is the purpose, that is fad in between these two, fad out and fad in. Here again this all we need to specify. Okay, that will toggle accordingly, toggle based on that display variation, the timing what we have specified. Based on that toggle will happen, means that will toggle between fad in effect, that means the boxes will display, fad out means boxes will go off. So one button itself we can use for both purpose. Now we'll come to the fad to in the sense here we are using a positive value between 0 and 1, that is in between. Positive here refers the transparency of that display, that based on that positive value that will be displayed. Okay, this is about fading effect. Say different positive values are mentioned in this thing. Oh, this is about fading effect. Now we are going to discuss about animate method. Animate method helps to perform a customer animation of a set of CSS property. So here the CSS property values change gradually to get the feeling of animation effect. That may change gradually, that may increase, or gradually that may decrease. Then only we can feel that effect. Syntax is selector dot animate, then the corresponding CSS style we need to specify, speed, easing, and callback and all we need to say. Again here these all callback and all optional. Styles in the sense CSS styles, already we are familiar with these all things. Now let us try to display a text. Say for example computer science, this is what the text we need to display, animated effect. Suppose we want to, this is for the small text, we want to zoom the text to display some sort of maximum level. Then again we need to unzoom that thing. So how we can implement that we will see. This is the program for that thing. So here we used two buttons. One button is animate out, another one is animate in. So using these two buttons, two functions are executed here. So how the functions are identified? By using the id out and id in. See, this is for id in, this is for id out. So moment you click, this particular function will be executed, and the moment you click that what is that animate in, this particular function will be executed. This is about the program. Now about that text only we are discussing, that height and all within box only that the text is specified. So now here properly width, height, everything is set properly. And important thing is moment that will keep on zooming that thing, that time what should happen? So it should increase 8 times like that we need to specify. So if you want to decrease this thing, here only you need to do the modification. So font size should be modified accordingly so that text variation will happen. Okay, this is about animate function. Demonstration we will see in the next slide. Now we are going to discuss about delay method. The delay method is used to set timer to delay the execution of next item in the queue. Delay we can use with then fad in, fad out, show high and all according to our convenience. So wherever you want delay, we can use it according to this. This is what the syntax. Selector, delay, speed, then queue name we need to specify. This is what the format. So example is given here. Same divisions we have taken, two boxes there. we have considered slow, fast and all. Also you can specify timing also in milliseconds also you can fade in and all we specified here. This is about delay function. Anyway, that demonstration we will set the animate demonstration, so you will get an idea. Things will be more clear how exactly that animation effect is happening. That we will see there. Now we are going to illustrate animate function that is specified here. The execution of the program we have discussed in the last slide. So straight away we can go for the demonstration. We'll see the output, how the animation function is working. See here, just already I have discussed zoom in, zoom out, similar fashion that will work. No, this is this effect, zoomed effect, like that. See the output. Clear now? We can, yeah. This much is clear. Okay, no. Now we are going to discuss about traversing methods in jQuery. So before we start discussing about traversing methods, let me say what is traversing. Traversing means move through, that is used to select HTML elements based on their relation to other elements. To understand this concept, let us consider document object model tree as shown in this figure. From the figure it is very clear that this div is the parent of all other elements. Again, if you see this thing, this is the child of, that is unordered list is the child of div, and unordered list is the parent of these two, that is ordered list, this ordered list and this ordered list. If you see from here, this is the child of what? This and this. Okay, that way also we can see the relation. So once you understand this thing easily, you can understand the methods used for traversing. The concept will be very clear through some examples that we will discuss one by one. Now we are in a position to discuss examples of traversing function. First, let us consider example of art function. The art method adds elements to an existing group of elements. Syntax is $selector, that is actual HTML selector you need to give. Then add the element and context. So that way, then again dot on, like that you can specify. That is what the syntax. For example, suppose we want to change heading 1 to the background color of the heading 1 to magenta. We can simply use dollar this one dot css dot background color magenta, like that. If you use that, color will be changed to background color will be changed to magenta. That is possible. Suppose if you want to add the same property to paragraph also, you need to just specify add this thing. Similarly, the span tag, again you need to specify add like that. If you keep on adding like that, that feature is also available for other tags. This is about add method. So now you got some idea about this. Anyway, this thing will be very clear through that illustrative program. Now we are going to demonstrate add method. Already we have discussed in the last slide that this in this function, this is applicable for the heading, that is background color of the heading will be changed to magenta. So using the add function, we are adding that property to paragraph also. So that will the effect of what we have mentioned here, that also will affect here. Again we are adding in span tag also. So in paragraph, already heading it is defined, paragraph also it will get added, and span tag also the property will get added. This is so we will see the output. See, now it is available for all systems. So now it is very clear. I think we are very clear about this concept. This table shows a list of jQuery traversing functions. So once you go through these functions, and corresponding description will give you how exactly that function is performing. So far we have discussed about add, that adds elements to the set of matched thing. That example also we have seen. Similarly, if you go through other functions, you will get an idea about what that particular method is going to do. So here we have list of this thing. Similarly, one more list we have here. So if you go through these all things, you will get an idea about how exactly that functions perform. Now we are in a stage to wind up jQuery section. This is actually last section included in your syllabus of fourth module syllabus. So we are also in a stage to wind up the fourth module. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video.